Welcome, babies. One time a little bit. Welcome us to Shadow Work Day 2. Um, this is doing the Leo 28. Like I said, it's gonna be 28 days of Leo. Where we just do this intense shadow work. Well, you know, shadow work's kind of always intense. For some, more than others. Um, Hoping that we remember to have our comfort. Did you guys bring your journals? If you need time to go get them, give you guys a minute. But yeah, so we're going to be doing day 2. We're going to pull a chakra card, then go through the workbook exercises associated with it. Then get into more of a reading. We'll get into affirmations for you guys. And that's how we'll close it out. Later today, I will be doing coloring again. And then we'll get into the movements again. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, babes, I love and appreciate each of you. Alright, I'm going to just give it like maybe another 30 seconds, see if anybody pops in before we start the shadow work. Again, making sure we have our comforts that we need, water or any beverage. Hello, loves. Hello. How are you? How are you? Alright. I'm pretty excited. Next week will be not much undone. How about where you're at? Next week we're gonna be at my mom's house, so it's a little bit quieter there. I'm going to be house sitting. Like I said, you guys get to see the goats and stuff, so that'll be exciting. And the chickens and all that. Yeah, that's my list. Sorry, I just was like, oh, look at that. Right, real experiences. Right. I can't wait for you guys to meet Comet. That's Kaylee's cat. It was one of the coolest cats out there. It's got so much freaking personality. I love that kitty kitty. Alright, boogies, let's go ahead and get started. So before we get into the reading, there's yesterday's art. Like I said, we will be doing art again later. We're going to get through the shadow work first. Alright, so going over today's questions for shadow work. Again, just going over the basics with you guys. And I'll share my page again. Just kind of basic. I don't know if you guys can read it or not. Probably not. But at the top it says shadow work. And then we've got the date in the sun. Today is August the 2nd of 2026. There's a snap section and I put 3 lines. Those are just thoughts, movements, achievements that you've made that you should recognize. You know what I mean? Remembering where I put something or what somebody said the other day. For somebody, for instance, who where they're at is interfering with their memory or they have memory struggles. Alright guys, at the bottom we've got the mood box with the circle for our face. Are we happy, sad, mad, meh? And then underneath that, why? Why are we feeling that way? Getting over here, we got into food. Are we eating? Yes or no? And then what are we eating? You know what I mean? For water, are we drinking? Yes or no? And then how much? Do we feel hydrated or not? And then again, there's a big note section. So if there's anything else from the day that you feel like you need to note down, um, breakthroughs, things of that nature, please do that. All right. Again, we are going to be doing work from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle Toolkit written by Tori, what is it again? Hartman. So if you're interested in exploring this on your own more, I do encourage purchasing the deck with the books and the workbook. All right, guys, let's see what's going on for day 2. What are we going to be working on? What do we need to be aware of? Where do we need to bring healing? Day 2. What's in store for you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've got rejection. Wounds around rejection for the collective coming up. Others rejecting us rejecting ourselves. There's someone here, why are you such a critic in your artwork? I've got facade on the bottom. Some of you guys don't see things clearly, or, there's an energy that rejected your work that didn't really hate your work. Or they rejected something about you, but they didn't really hate that thing about you. If that makes sense. I'm going to turn this down a little bit because we are going to be getting into reading from the workbook. If you are trying to write down the questions and go along, I recommend putting on the subtitles. That way you can see the words as well as hear them. It might make it easier on you. Do we pass it? Where are you? There it is. There it is. There we go. It's right in the middle, guys. Welcome, loves, welcome. Okay. Thank you, Kindred. All right. I'm going to hold this up for a little bit, see if you guys can get any messages from it while I read. Rejection. Ivory Tower. This week's focus. They won't use me. Message of this week. This is the final poem of 3 in this book by my late mother. She made these observations in 1958 using a gay artist as a metaphor for the person who doesn't conform. This week, we consider the cost of being an individual. Tori's tip. This story has 2 powerful opposing interpretations. One is about society's rejection of the artist for not conforming. The other is about self-imposed exile and the artist's need to protect his identity and not give up who he is. In fact, both artist and society are rejecting each other. Through this fable, we discover the importance of protecting your personal gifts. All right. Monday, the fable of the Ivory Tower. They called me for jury duty, but they won't use me. I have a beard. I paint pictures nobody understands. They won't use me. I have intelligence. I know moderation. I could lecture on the aesthetic principles. I have a great deal to say. I paint because it is the only way I can say it. People interest me. But that's it. They interest me. If I didn't put all my time into painting, I try to understand them. But I don't have another lifetime. And I can't make it this time. I can't seem to feel any sympathy. My life is with theory. And while there are times that people give me pause to think, I don't pause long enough, I guess. Because when I'm done, I come up with nothing. I'm neutral, I guess. They call me for jury duty, once in every 4 years. I go through with it. I know what they'll ask and what they think when they're writing down the answers. They won't use me. They want someone with emotion. I have to save that emotion for my painting. I can't tell them that. They want somebody who will put himself in the other guy's place. I can't do that. I'd never be in that guy's place. I walk away from trouble. I never get mixed up with anything or anyone. They honor my individuality. When they invite me, yet when I appear, they deny that individuality because they won't use me. Maybe they need me for the balance, if only to put them into a spin for a while, if only to show them that the world is also homosexual, artistic, solitary, indefinite, arbitrary, insecure, and pathological. It would give them something to think about, and it would give me something to think about. Ooh, I'm knocking my cards down, babies. I'm knocking my cards down. Everybody doing good? Any thoughts on that right now? Oh, thank you for handling that, Kindred. Oh, it's not bedtime, so we're doing shadow work. But I mean, if it's helping get you in a restful state, then congratulations. Right? Sometimes it is the way that I talk. Right? First impressions. At first glance, the fable appears to be about being rejected. However, the artist is resigned to the idea that the court won't use him. In fact, he's never really rejected because he's invited and he continually does his part. Although he's highly aware of the limitations of others, the artist continues to show up because, as he states at the end of the fable, he hopes that his contribution opens the conversation of new thought around old ideas. Set your intention for the week. Is there something that you feel you've been excluded from? A place where you feel you don't belong? Ask yourself, did I really want to be a part of that anyway? This week, set your intention on This week, set your attention to become aware of where you feel slighted in life and to open yourself to love and tolerance of those who are different from you. Welcome, loves, welcome. Thank you, Kendra. Tuesday, color reflection. What does Ivory say to you? What is about enlightenment? But the pure, warm energy of Ivory opens the idea of self-focus. It represents a softening toward others and an absorption of things that are outside oneself. This color is about being self aware and tells others that you have knowledge of yourself. White deflects, but ivory begins the journey of allowing others into your life in small but important steps. Today, inspired by ivory, think of an area of your life in which you feel secretly afraid or insecure. Is there someone who you can tell your secret to? If you can, do so. For Wednesday, I have journal journey. If you don't feel comfortable telling somebody else, I mean, maybe practice this. Um, and for some of you, maybe we're not in physical contact with others. It's just better that way. This exercise that I'm going to tell you about is going to help you at least practice the form of staying open to others in the physical. And it's not silly, but like talking to a stuffed animal or something, explaining it to them keeps you in that kind of habit of being able to open up and express yourself in the physical. All right, Wednesday, journal journey. Find your inspiration. The ivory tower reflects how you function when the world seems to have values that are different from your own. You may feel that you don't fit into the world as it is, but by focusing on the differences between the world and you You may realize that these differences are also benefit you on some level. There are times when you must sacrifice being like everyone else in order to be true to yourself. This is the message of the Ivory Tower. If you are considering moving away from the norm, don't worry about being unhappy. As the artist chooses to express himself with paint, you too must express yourself, even if that means that they won't want you. As in the Ivory Tower, rejection is the Great Spirit's way of protecting us. This fable symbolizes inner wisdom and personal strength. It is about reaching out as who you are. Whether or not you are accepted, you must follow your path. No matter what may be facing you, don't lose your integrity. When you least expect it, a supportive teacher or mentor may be sent to you by the great spirits. Perhaps this person will not be someone you would have picked. Don't judge by outer appearances. Have there been times when you've taken part in something even though you're unlikely to win? Journal about that experience and about why you showed up anyway. Was there a win in it for you after all? Write down what it's like when you take the high road. Any of you guys want to share on an experience about that? Get my voice so suspicious to you. Cool. Any comments before we move on to the next one? Alright, guys, we're going to move on to. I know I kind of want to give everybody a minute. Just because there are some people doing the exercises, so rolling out those last minute, thoughts and stuff. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Thank you for showing up. Oh, welcome, welcome. Thank you for those likes also. I hope you thank yourself for showing up. Okay, we are going to move on to Thursday, though. Alright, Thursday, make a connection. Connecting with yourself and others. The solo exercise allows you to notice labels that may have been stuck on you as a child. Are they true? If not, find better ones. The group exercise explores how who you are is closely linked to the ways you're similar to and different from the people in your life. Solo exercise. On separate pieces of paper, write down any labels you've been given in your life. Pick up one label at a time and note down how that label has affected your life. Is this label true? If it's true, what would make it untrue? Note down any beliefs you've adopted about yourself because of this old label. Now come up with new labels to replace those that have hindered your growth. With your new labels to empower you, take a few minutes to write down all the ways these new labels are going to change your life. Healthy labels, man. Love healthy labels. I didn't get a call from you. Group exercise. Write down who you are on a piece of paper. Keep it brief. Touch on these three areas: how you connect with others, what makes you stand out, and what makes you blend in. Share this with your group. Allow others to notice how this list might fit them as well. Are you beginning to see the partnership you share with those you chose to be close to? How do you want to express yourself in the world? What have you discovered? Discuss. Alright, so who are we feeling like, collective? Does anybody want to share, like, who do you feel like you are as an individual? Do you want to share labels? Labels that you're proud of, labels that maybe you're not proud of, labels that you gave yourself, or labels that others gave you that maybe you battled to get away from. Does anybody want to share anything? Remember, this is a safe space. Lots of love. And I get that's a lot to put out there. That's a lot to put out there. Um, do we have any labels? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright, we're going to move on to Friday then, loves, okay? Alright, Friday, meditation moment. Going within. The ivory tower is your safest place. It's your place of creation and fulfillment. When you go into the ivory tower and find your way home, you can safely create your own world. What you manifest here can change your life forever. Is it starting to rain up there? Oh, yes, it is. Sounds really pretty. Alright, meditation. Imagine divine ivory light filtering down and encircling you. In the distance, the ivory tower beckons. You reach the castle and the drawbridge slowly lowers. You enter the castle grounds and come to the tower. At the top of the stairs is a door. You enter a room with windows all around. The beautiful afternoon light streaming in. This is a safe place. The place of no judgment. Here you can set up your easel. What picture would you paint? Go to a window and look out. What do you see? This is the perfect place to contemplate the life before you. You finally found your way home. Alright, guys. And that's going to finish up rejection. I hope you find those exercises beneficial. And we're able to jot down, any messages that were coming to you. Those of you that are, dealing with rejection wounds, where you feel like you're rejected by either individuals, society as a whole, or, what you're here to bring. I pray you get that healing from them. For some of you, the answer is with time they'll understand what you bring, right? They're just not understanding it now. Welcome, loves. Wait, what? Your dad put chicken balls in the spaghetti. I can't even. I love you, kid. Poor guy. Alright, let's get into these rejection wounds. I want to do a reading around them. Let's just see if we can pull any more information out about these wounds. Let's see, I might do Star Theme. I don't know. Maybe I do want to do the other one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm actually feeling the other deck for this one. So we're going to go with that instead. For diesel reading, we're going to go diesel way. Alright, so what do we got with rejection? What do we got with rejection? That is hilarious. Did you end up with them? Did you think they were regular meatballs? And it turns out these ain't no meatballs. This is chicken nut. Alright, so what do we got about rejection? Four of Wands. A lot of you, this wound interferes with your ability to create a type of happiness, stability. You may lack faith in your abilities to create things. Others of you, I have some type of conformity, right? Some kind of happiness outside normal structure. Others don't understand it. For some of you, you don't see how to have your form of happiness in traditional happiness. Others of you, this wound has you being like, I mean, I don't even think I can create that kind of happiness. So you guys feel like some type of happiness is withheld from you. Oh, welcome, loves, welcome. The Hanged Man. There's some new perspective you're going to be getting on this. Some kind of black stuck, something like that. Some of you guys, you have to realize you bound yourself in this situation. And that's why, you know, your fears are becoming a reality. You're not creating the happiness you want because you keep feeding into that, well, I can't create it anyways. It's rejection of self for some here. So this one's really getting highlighted here. So that you can believe in yourself. I have someone, you know, who's kind of accidentally self-sabotaging themselves. Nine of Cups. Some of you guys looking at your teenage years for this being a big influence on you to young adulthood, right? We'll say pre-28 wounds. Some kind of rejections around there. Eight of Pentacles. Work done wasn't enough. The work you wanted to didn't. Others of you have you changing. There was a big change you made in yourself pretty quickly to try and conform and get happiness. Especially in regards to love contracts. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, loves, welcome. Okay, what else do I want to get into for this reading? Okay, I do want to pull on feelings and emotions that I need to be aware of. Moving forward. I've got grounded. For some of you, making sure that we have different things around us that can help us. Others of you, journaling is going to help you ground out messages, emotions, things like that. I've got enlightenment. Some of you guys are choosing this path. Others of you, I've got you getting, you know, enlightened about yourself. These rejection wounds that you know you may not have been aware were there. You may not have thought they were able to be helped. Like, you know, they damaged me and that's all that there is. And it's like, there is more than that. Yeah. Heal, healing, field, healer. You're in the process of healing. Healing is possible. You know what I mean? Um, Getting into some meditations where you can receive some more messages. You know, others of you, you're going to be receiving these downloads and just having a journal somewhere accessible where every once in a while, you know, like once a day, it may not be set time, but if you put the journal somewhere, you'll find yourself like walking over, and even if it's jotting down 5 things a day, it's like, okay, well, here's a couple notes from the day. Um, so keeping some kind of notepad around you, journal for notes, that's going to really help you in this next week. Incomplete. I have someone who feels like they're not enough, period. And then someone who feels like they're not enough in relationships. They're not enough without a relationship. Whatever rejection wound kind of made you codependent, where you feel like, you know, only unworthy things would want me or something like that. Like, there's some kind of irrational, unhealthy fear going on there. I've got dishonest and lying. Again, that's bringing me up to those of you where an individual lied to you when they rejected you. They actually liked your light or liked whatever it was that you created, but they made fun of it. They made fun of you. They labeled you in some way. They did something that really tore you down. Separated. Yeah, a lot of you guys ended up blocking like inner joy, inner light, pieces of self, you know, soul purposes. For some of you guys, that's why you struggle to feel grounded. Um, you know, I have a lot of lies circulating in someone's energy, and it's lies like, I'm not good enough, um, I'm not, you know, worthy enough, things like that. Like, it's a lot of negative self-talk, lies, where it's like, that's, you know, really bogging you up. I've got honest and truthful. Alright, guys, finally telling yourselves the truth here. Others of you, this rejection wound for some of you also has trigger wounds around honesty or truthfulness. Some of you guys, this causes a sexual block in you. You struggle with your sexual energy because of it. Not that you're necessarily impotent and can't have sex, but you really struggle with sex because of this rejection wound. And then we've got embarrassed, intuitive, unmotivated, lazy, still, and victorious victory. Are you guys getting past a wound that you weren't taking action on? It made you feel very embarrassed, and for a lot of you, it's caused a block in your intuition. Hello, bye-byes. How are we today? How are we today? Welcome, welcome. What the fuck? Oh, are you an Aries stylish? Hmm. Are you Scorpio? Sorry. Like somebody jumping into this. Alright, so we got those. I just want to pull on a couple more chakra ones. Yeah, I have. Technically, I have 3 of this deck. Uh, one that I loaned out, one that was my original that the dog chewed on, and then my replacement of said chewed on one. I've got growth. I have you guys being able to grow through this, but at this point, whatever rejection wound you have has limited your ability to grow emotionally, physically. Yes, yes, yes. You got this. Miracle. Miracle. For some of you, I mean, I really hope you continue with your healing path just because there's something that you bring that, brings a lot of light. And, well, don't do what you're here to do. The world's kind of robbed of that. So hopefully, I mean, you can get to acceptance of self. Um, other people's opinions shouldn't matter, and that's easier said than done. Honey, I'm human. Uh, I was in the shower singing one time, and my daddy was like, "Don't quit your day job," and I was like, "I'm never gonna sing in public again. I'm never even trying to sing I mean, like, I've been there. You know what I mean? Sometimes people say stuff and it hits us a different way. That doesn't mean all the time. And it's important to like reflect, do those meditations. Why did what my dad said that day actually hit me that hard? Was it just him saying it? Usually not. Like, I can take my dad's jokes. So there was other things going on. And normally when you look back at these wounds, it's either you really cared what somebody thought when you presented them with something, and their reaction didn't match an expectation you had, or you're kind of having an off day. Maybe somebody had attacked you at a different area of your life. Maybe you didn't sleep well the night before. Things like that where it's like, and then that was said, and so you had an emotional response you normally wouldn't. So try doing those meditations and clearing up why what was said really hit you as hard as it did. And if at the end of the day somebody said something and it was a punch and you took a punch, you know, I hope you have healing from that. Because, word punches hurt. Word punches hurt. Rejection on rejection. This is a big block for you guys. For some of you guys, you're looking at multiple rejections in the same area. Uh, you know, for some of you, it may have been timing of when you were trying to bring what you wanted to bring to society. Others of you, looking at the outlets you chose to attempt to bring it here in the first place. Some of you guys, for instance, I have an author. It's like, try different publishing companies. Maybe you chose like the most, reputable #1 ones, and it's like, they're not going to publish your book, but this publishing company book over here will absolutely publish your book. Something like that. Others of you, just lots of rejection. Rejection, wounds. Some of you guys looking at like group rejection, like a whole group pointing and laughing at something you created. Which is a horrifying. Which is horrifying. Um, I've had that group pointing at your work and being like, ha 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 ha. Why would you even try that? That looks like something a blind Tourette's person drew. And you're like, okay. But that was like I thought it was an amazing cow, and and you're gonna say a blind Tourette's person did that? Okay, okay. I'm still saying it looks good. You know what I mean? But it's not been there where a whole group's pointing and laughing at your shit. You're gonna be able to heal from this. Those of you that don't take the time, though, I mean, it's gonna be a lot longer. I've got impartiality and creation. I have you guys struggling to listen to guidance and what you're supposed to be using your gifts and talents to create just because of your fear of rejection, right? You might get guidance that you're supposed to be painting this Mona Lisa or whatever, and you're like, but I don't think I can even paint. So you won't even pick up a paintbrush. And it's like, again, you know, whatever Mona Lisa you're here to create, we want to see it. You're the only one who thinks that we don't want to see it. And if you've got a group around you tells you that, the world don't want to see your shit, don't listen to the haters, right? That's not true, right? There's a whole group that would love to see whatever you're here to make. What do we got, boo-boos? I am wonderful. How are you, Dark? Hey, Ricky. Oh, dang. Um, yeah, the soul will go through a lot of stuff just trying to protect itself. I think we're gonna go stones next. Let's get you guys some stones to help you. Cha, 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 cha. What's stones for you? Green jade, attracting love, balance, dreams come true, and purity. Love of self for some of you. I've got ruby, increased abundance, passion, lucid dreaming, and light of the soul. Reconnecting too. Welcome, 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 loves. Golden topaz, faith, wise action, perseverance, and confidence. I want to get a piece of this. I like golden topaz. I've got highlight, magical powers, feminine divine, work connections, inspiration. Blue lace a gate with kindness, good communication, peaceful outcomes, love and marriage. And then underneath that we have clear quartz, psychic abilities, enhanced intuition, mental clarity, magnified energy. Alright. Last but not least, red jasper with nurture, determination, relaxing, and tranquility. Especially those of you that struggle to keep up with shadow work. You know, saying a programming over the stone and holding intentions with it, to program with it, to remind you and encourage you to finish out this program and then keeping it around you, or keep up with shadow work. And keeping it around you will help you complete that task. Welcome, loves. Welcome, loves. Welcome, loves. Alright, let's get to you guys your affirmations. Again, I recommend saying these 3 times at least. Usually that'll have them kind of do a spiritual click with you. If not, then say them until you have that click. You know what I mean? I calm my nervous system by taking deep breaths. I calm my nervous system by taking deep breaths. I calm my nervous system by taking deep breaths. I choose nourishing foods and beverages out of love. I choose nourishing foods and beverages out of love. I choose nourishing foods and beverages out of love. Oh, I'm going to skip that. Out of love. Alright, we don't need to listen to no ad. I hope you guys are feeling at peace. Anybody who's going through triggers and stuff, I pray you're able to bring light into it. I am at peace with the flow of life. I am at peace with the flow of life. I am at peace with the flow of life. Everywhere I look, I am surrounded by love. Everywhere I look, I am surrounded by love. Everywhere I look, I am surrounded by love. Kindred, I'm gonna smack you. Look, you make me hungry, girl. Come back to the chicken balls. Bye. How's your burrito the cheesecake? Cheesecake do sound good though. Why'd she do that to me? I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I love and accept myself exactly how I am. I love and accept myself exactly how I am. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, what else do we got for you, lovies? I release the need to change or control others. I release the need to change or control others. I release the need to change or control others. Alright, I'm proud of myself and how far I've come. I'm proud of myself and how far I've come. I am proud of myself and how far I've come. On the bottom, I have, my immune system is healthy and strong. My immune system is healthy and strong. My immune system is healthy and strong. Alright, babies. That is going to close out this healing session. Again, I thank you for showing up today. I thank you for taking your healing seriously. I thank you for wanting to be your best. So thank you and congratulations. Again, if you don't have anyone who cheers for you, hey, you showed up today. So good job for you, bud. Congratulations. And I am so proud of you. Right? Good job. All right. I love you guys so much. Okay? Big loves, big hugs. I'm always a call away if you need me. That being said, thank you to those who have liked. Thank you to those who subscribed. If you would like to get into more shadow work, or keep up with other things on the page, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out. It's Kenny's birthday. Happy birthday, Kenny. We should sing. You guys ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kenny. Happy birthday to you. Right? And many more. Alright, guys. Next on the agenda is going to be art. So I will be disconnecting this live and then popping back on here in a little bit. And we will be starting art. Again, it's a surprise, so we'll pick the bucket's over here. We'll pick the topic out of the bucket and see what we're coloring today. But I would love to help you there at coloring. Again, thanks for being here. Does anybody have any questions? Hey, Tara. I know what it's like to be apart from babies. It sucks. It sucks. Oh, that's awful, honey. I'm sorry to hear that. It's $5 a question. I want to pray for your healing, love. Okay, get this put away, and I'm so excited because I love coloring too. So, yay, coloring next. Right, so excited for coloring. Right. She's your only daughter? Aw. Kim said, yay, our time. Alright, guys, I am going to hop off. I do pray for your healing. And I do look forward to seeing you guys at another reading. Or, Page activity. I do all kinds of crap, man. I love this. I love you. I love you. I love you. Stay blessed. If you're going to bed, I hope you have sweet dreams. If you're waking up for the day, I hope you have a wonderful day. All right. All right. I love you guys. Bye.